Dirk has his bees at our farm, we do all of our spraying at nighttime, and Dirk understands that, and I think that provides, we recognize that even if we went out and sprayed water on in the daytime, it would affect your honeybees that you're supplying to us. We spray at night when during that month and a half period when the bees are at our farm. So, and that is just to reduce any negative impacts that the spraying would have on the honeybees. And even the organic fungicides that we're using during that time period could potentially have some negative impacts on the pollination. We don't want to cause any damage to the honeybees that Dirk's providing, and we also want to make sure that our blueberries are pollinated adequately. If we deviate from that at all, and there are occasionally circumstances where we've had to do that, we've communicated with Dirk ahead of time and got his approval basically to do that for us to do that before we make the application.
Dirk Olsen points out that sprays aren't the only hazard in many orchards.
I've noticed one thing that is not addressed very well is mowing. You'll see in between these blueberry rows, and especially in the orchards in California, in the almond orchards, there's a lot of ground flowers grow there. The bees will actively work those. And during the daytime, you'll see flail mowers going up and down the orchard floors, and they're literally killing thousands of bees. So that's something that growers really need to pay attention to. Everybody's focused on sprays, but I really believe that mowing can be a big problem too.
When there's flowering ground cover there, yeah, makes sense. But something that we have, and it actually goes back to the mowing a little bit too, but if we do make if we do have to make an insecticide application, and I guess maybe this isn't really applicable to the honeybees, because we do a lot of insecticide applications later on in the season for spotted wing Drosophila, and it's for beneficial insects like a lot of the native pollinators. If we do have to make an application during the day, just because of picking schedules, we will go in and mow prior. The center aisles will go in and mow prior to making that application. That way, we're less likely to have native insects in there foraging on the flowers while we're making that application. But Dirk brings up a good point, though. If we're mowing at a time when they're actively foraging, we could be doing a fair amount of damage just the mowing.
And even after we remove the honeybees, you still have a native honeybee population here, living in the barn or in the tree over by the river or whatever. So even after we leave, there's still honeybees here.